we watched, little afar of son Jackson, we watched very attentively the confirmation hearing you had, and you mentioned Robert Jackson 14 times, not that we were counting. We thank you on behalf of the Robert Jackson Center. What's your sense of him?
Well, I think the first thing anybody would say who's studied his work is his writing. It's just beautiful. I mean, you just get passages that you, when you come upon them, that you just want to read and just get so frustrated because you know no matter how hard you try, you're not going to do that. It's inspiring. It's not just beautifully written, but the language is evocative. It does an enormous amount of work in the analysis. I think of his background. I had the wonderful good fortune to work at the Justice Department and in the Solicitor General's office. He, of course, was the Solicitor General, and then the attorney, I think you mentioned, nobody else has served in those roles. I think of the Youngstown decision, which is it's not just the legal analysis, but what it tells you about the judicial function. I think going into that case, if you asked people familiar with it, I mean, who is your one sure vote on this question of how broad executive power is in wartime? Who is going to be voting in favor of the president? You would say, well, it's probably FDR's Attorney General, who had supported FDR's assertion of extraordinary executive power. And of course, he was the one who wrote the guiding opinion restraining the exercise of presidential power, which is a great lesson in what it is to be a judge and the distinction between the role of being the advocate and being the judge. So there's so much that comes to you when you look at it, which is one of the reasons I was telling his granddaughter earlier. One of the things I get to do is decide whose portraits are going to hang in our conference room, which is right off of my office. And shortly after I came in, I removed a few, and one of the ones, there are only 4, I put in the largest one we have there is one of Justice Jackson, because it serves as a reminder to those of us as we go about our work, not only what we aspire to in terms of judicial craftsmanship, but also the distinction between being an advocate or an attorney general and being a judge. And I like it. It's a good portrait.
Gosh, that's great.